So now I'm going to make black bean brownies. So 1 can of black beans. Rinse them good. I'm going to do it in my food processor. So there's the black beans rinsed in the food processor. Okay, and to the black beans, the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of self-rising flour. Since I don't have self-rising flour, I'm going to use regular flour because during these times you can't go out shopping every 5 minutes. And to it, I'm just going to add a couple of teaspoons, that one wasn't quite full, of baking powder. And it calls for 2 teaspoons vanilla, and also the recipe, Kim's brownie recipe is called Black Bean Brownies, uses agave syrup. And since I don't have agave syrup, again, not going to the store, so I'm just going to use Splenda, and I'm going to see how it works out. And 1/2 cup of egg whites. Now you could separate eggs and do I think it's about 4 eggs for 1/2 cup. But since I have these in the fridge, I'm going to use these egg whites. So 1/2 cup of egg whites. And sorry, I forgot cocoa. Now, since I don't have cocoa either, I'm going to try this chocolate whey powder, and once it's cooked and I taste it, I'll tell you how it is. But the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of cocoa. So I'm going to use 1/2 cup of the protein whey powder. And once everything is in your food processor, it's just a matter of blending it all up until it's smooth. Once it looks smooth enough, turn it off. See, it looks, almost everything is pretty much broken up. So to this batter, we're going to add some, the recipe calls for mini chocolate chips. So here we go again. I don't have mini chocolate chips. Adriana has dark chocolate chips that must be what she bakes with. So I'm going to put in some of her dark chocolate chips since I am making this for her husband. Mix it up a bit. Once that's all mixed up, the recipe only calls for a couple of tablespoons of chocolate chips, so don't put in too much. And then an 8x8 pan, 350 again, preheated oven, for 20 minutes. It's a toothpick after 20 minutes checking, it should come out dry. No batter, moist, gooey batter stuck on, moist, shouldn't be moistly, but anyhow. Then just spread it around. Oh, on this pan, I actually used baking spray that Adriana had. I don't have it, so I would just grease my pan a little bit, but since Adriana had it, I used that. So there you go, like that. 20 minutes, and then we'll see. Brownies are done. Hopefully, need to test them. Use a toothpick. Toothpick comes out clean. Brownies are done. If you want icing for your brownie, fat-free cream cheese, the Kim's recipe calls for more than what I had, so I only have I don't know, maybe half a tub of cream cheese. So again, it calls for agave syrup, which I don't have, and as I said, during these times, it can't be running to the store. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of Splenda. A tablespoon of vanilla. And I've melted some dark chocolate chips. Maybe about 10 or 12 chips. Because I'm not making a thick icing to go on the brownie. It's just more of a glaze. So then once the brownies have cooled, I'm going to have this all mixed up. Put it on the brownies. You could stop it. So it's all mixed up. Good enough. Put it on the brownies. And I'm just going to spread it around. And as you can see, it's not a thick icing. It's just enough to give it a little bit of a sweet. And there we go. Your black bean brownies are done.